apply the law as written. This timeless principle in a civil society not only promotes uniformity, predictability, it's essential to preserving liberty. Alexander Hamilton explained what that meant, that we exercise neither force nor will, but merely judgment.
Renatha Francis is an American lawyer who has served as a justice of the Supreme Court of Florida since 2022. She previously served as a circuit judge in Palm Beach County from 2019 to 2020. Francis was born in 1977 in Jamaica. She attended St. Hugh's High and the University of the West Indies, receiving a Bachelor of Science magna cum laude in 2001. Francis operated a bar and a trucking company while attending college in Jamaica. She soon moved to Florida in 2004 and soon graduated from Florida Coastal School of Law with a Juris Doctor in 2010. Then began her legal career as a law clerk at Florida's First District Court of Appeal in Tallahassee from 2011 to 2017. She and her husband, Philip, are proud parents of 2 sons. And on August 5, 2022, Governor Ron DeSantis announced Francis as the new appointee to the Supreme Court of Florida, effective recently, September 1st, 2022. She is the court's first Jamaican-American justice. Let's see more of her and her accomplishments in time. Editor, roll clip, fair use.
Well, good morning. It's wonderful to be back in Palm Beach County. We got a great announcement here today. I want to thank all of you for coming. Our government here in the United States and in the state of Florida is supposed to be what's called a government of laws, not a government of men. And what the Founding Fathers meant by that is it's not one individual that gets to impose a will outside the context of a constitutional system, but that the best way to preserve our freedoms is to have a society based on the rule of law. Happy to appoint, or try to appoint, Judge Francis 2 years ago in the state of Florida, but then seeing how she's progressed since then, she's done even better. And she was really good on everything. You know, it's just... She understands what the proper role of the judge is in America's constitutional system. And I also think, being an immigrant, she probably has more appreciation for our constitutional system than many people that can trace their lineage back hundreds of years. So I think sometimes people that are born here take it for granted because they don't have any point of reference to be able to compare a free society in America versus different parts of the world. That's why you see some of the people that have been, really, really strong in the state of Florida for upholding individual freedom and the rule of law have been people whose families escaped from communism. In Cuba, places like Nicaragua, you see the disaster in Venezuela. Unfortunately, Colombia is now going in a bad direction. And so I think the fact that she came from Jamaica, she thought it was a gift to be able to be in the United States, never took anything for granted, had really long odds to be able to succeed, just given her circumstances, to succeed in the law. But yet this was something that she really, really excelled at, I think from the very beginning when she started her legal career. And she's been a great judge, not just in Miami-Dade County, but also here in Palm Beach County. And so, that is the type of story, I think, that should give a lot of people in the state of Florida inspiration. Because in this state, you can do great things. You can realize great dreams if you put your mind to it, if you work hard, and if you believe in the principles that make our country what it is and what we're trying to continue it to be here in our state. So I'm happy to be able to be here in West Palm Beach, to be able to make the appointment, which will be effective at the beginning of September, for our next justice of the Florida Supreme Court, Judge Renatha Francis.
Good morning, and thank you so much, Governor. I'm incredibly honored and humbled by this appointment to continue my service to the people of our great state of Florida. I know I've said this before on prior occasions, but I have to say it again. I stand before you, the epitome of the American dream. My beginnings are humble. I grew up in the small island of Jamaica to a mom who never finished high school and who herself was the daughter of a small farmer. What my mom lacked in financial resources, She made up for in grit, determination, faith, and hard work. And those values, inculcated early and often in her children, were reflected in me as a small business owner, which I did while attending college full-time, eventually graduating with high honors, and being a surrogate parent to a much younger sibling. As a student of history growing up, I was and I remain in awe of the United States, its Constitution, its freedoms, its respect for the rule of law. And so, like many generations before me and since, I set out to find my place in this shining city on the hill. And when I embarked upon my career in the law, never did I imagine that it would bring me here, standing in front of you, being here today. So I'm not only grateful, I'm humbled that I get to be a part of this great American experiment and to serve at the highest level of our state judiciary. The Florida Supreme Court protects the people's liberty, and inherent in the way that we do that as a judiciary is by respecting and observing the limited role that judges play in our constitutional system of government. I want to close by thanking some very, very important people in my life, without whom none of this would have been possible. I won't risk rattling off names lest I forget somebody, but you know who you are. To my mentors, my colleagues, you've supported me tirelessly, you've guided me, you've encouraged me. In this process, you've amazed me with your generosity, your dedication, and your kindness. To the men and women of the Florida Supreme Court J&C, thank you for all the hard work you do in this very important role, all while juggling very demanding personal and professional commitments. Thank you to the former governor, now Senator Rick Scott, who first appointed me to the county court bench over 5 years ago. Without that confidence in me, I would not be standing here today. And thank you to my friends and supporters for your calls, your texts, your emails, your love, your encouragement. It's meant so much to me, more than I can express. And finally, I want to say a special thank you to my family. And now I'm going to try to keep it together. To my family, Mom, for your love. Your support, and all the sacrifices you made to make sure I had what I needed, even when it wasn't everything that I wanted. I love you. To my husband, thank you for your unwavering support and your belief in me. You are a true partner in every sense of the word, and I cannot imagine doing any of this without you by my side. Most of all, thank you for these two rambunctious and precious boys. Josh, you are so kind, so thoughtful, and you take such great care of your baby. Matt, you have grown up so much. Hang on, Mommy's almost done. And I love the way that you love your big brother, especially when you two are not fighting. I can't wait to see all the amazing things that both of you do in this life. And to Governor DeSantis, thank you again. Thank you again for this great honor, this opportunity to continue serving our great state. Thank you, everyone.
Hey guys, it's Jose, your regular Joe Blow, keeping an eye out and my ears open to our conservative values, continue to make strides and accomplishments, and in times like these, keeps me happy. We still have great people in phenomenal positions. Must keep progressives and crazies out of these positions that tamper with our God-given rights. We don't have changes there. Renatha Francis, respect. Thank you for all the work and sacrifice and efforts. Much appreciated. Guys, thank you for your support. You continue to give, and never forget to continue to do your research, and most important task of all, continue to stay free.